Alright guys, I'm just gonna start this vlog. I'm gonna walk outside. Oh gosh, it's probably gonna like fog up though because it's so hot here in Florida. And we're just gonna start this, or I'm just not gonna pick up the camera again, and that is kind of where I've been at. It's been a few weeks. I've definitely taken a break. You know, I definitely didn't have it planned or anything, but we went up to North Carolina for the 4th of July, and we were up there. And the thing about that is there's just not good service at the cabin or even here at my parents' house, like the Wi-Fi, like uploading big files on YouTube and stuff. It just takes a really long time. And so that can kind of just take a whole day. And so while we were there, obviously we were playing with the kids and stuff, and I was like, I just don't want to take away from the kids' time and summer activities and what we were doing during the day by being like bogged down trying to upload and whatnot. So I just decided I was going to take the week off. But then following that week, I came back down to Florida. So I'm in Florida right now at my parents' house because the boys have had their like second session of swim lessons. This will be like their final swim lessons that we're doing during the summer. But I've been down here, and these swim lessons, it's just all day, every day. I mean, it's just in the morning, but then we come home and we swim pretty much all day long. And so it is exhausting. And of course, because I don't have Harold, you know, getting the kids down and everything is just a lot of work. And then Harold did actually come down because he had a work thing. And so we were able to spend like the weekend together, which was nice. And then I, you know, didn't want to work because I wanted to spend time with him. So I was like, okay, I just need to get in the rhythm again. So that's what I'm doing today, picking up the camera. I'm just gonna do kind of like a little photo video dump. I'm not gonna like go through and explain everything happening, but I'm just gonna dump it all right here. If you guys wanna watch it, if not, just skip ahead and I'll continue on with like a normal vlog, but don't wanna miss some of the memories that have already happened. Well guys, I don't know if you can even hear me. It is raining so hard. It's 4th of July, so our plans might be changing. But right now we're kind of just gonna enjoy the rain from the porch. But yeah, downpour. Atticus has on his little red, white, and blue outfit. He's falling asleep on Grandpa. Tracker's chilling under the table. Do you not like storms, Track? You wanna come out there? You wanna come on the porch? She's like, no. All right, guys, we are waiting for the fireworks to happen. It's getting darker. It's hard to film around here because there's a lot of music playing.
I look older with a beard, babe.
Yeah, you do. I like it though. Got their Buc-ee's chairs. Choo-choo, you gonna watch the fireworks with Grandma? Yep, that'll be interesting. And Grandpa's got Addie right now. Ooh. I think I gotta take him. We had plans to go into town and watch the fireworks, but it was raining, so we had to change the plans. Harold went to the store and bought a bunch of food for a fun picnic, so we're like, let's just do it at the cabin. He was sweet and got this Coke just for me. Atticus was asleep on my dad, but we were getting everybody outside. It felt like a surprise seeing everything that Harold pulled out of this little cooler because he was so intentional and got certain things for each person that would make them so excited. We sat around in a circle to eat our food. Eventually, my parents joined us, and Harold told us all the story of the 4th of July. Even the dogs joined us, and the kids were locked in. I mean, Leo was zeroed in on Dad. We ended our picnic and story time by reminding the boys how to salute. I think this is pretty cute. The rain had cleared, so we were headed to town hoping they were still going to do the fireworks and live music, and man, is God's beauty just breathtaking. By the time we got there, Trudy was asleep and the party had just started. We found a spot for our chairs and we got to dancing. The thing about me is if there's music, then I'm going to dance. I didn't say it was good dancing, but I'm going to dance. And thank you to Harold for always joining in with me and making it so much fun. Our boys love to dance too, but man, let me tell you, when one person does something, they all want to do it. So I was getting pretty sweaty by the end of this, but it was the time of my life. Harold and I kept looking over at each other, just acknowledging that we were so blessed and like what a cool life we've created together. After the dancing, it was time to get ready for the fireworks, and Truey kept saying, "Fire hit me." Harold rocked Atticus to sleep just in time before, boom, the fireworks started going off, and everybody was mesmerized. They were really beautiful. And then it was time to head home, and since it was late, all the boys had fallen asleep. Harold carried the boys inside, and we all went to bed feeling really grateful.
Come here, you okay?
Chewy, it's okay. Now I want to go the
Okay,
other
hold my
way.
hand. Hold my hand.
No, we're going that way. Oh yeah, go either. Ooh. That's not one. Ooh. I feel like we.
Where do we go now?
We turn right here.
Come with me to my favorite place on earth. But first, do you see this cow? I think that thing was sedated. Anyways, we made a quick pit stop because my oldest son got a little bit nauseous in the car, but the other boys were snoozing. Then we stopped at a local ice cream shop, mostly to keep the boys busy while my husband pumped up our paddle boards. Now we've got a small hike down, but let me tell you, the views are worth it. Within seconds, we're jumping in and having fun. Wyatt found a special arrowhead in the water, which I won't tell you how it got there, but he was so excited. We call this our happy place because this is a place that the rest of the world just seems to fade away and time ticks a little bit slower. I hope this is a good reminder to slow down and take in the views around you. I am an adventure lover, but there's also something so beautiful about the slower moments, like catching fireflies outside, watching your boys build a masterpiece out of blocks. They call this, I think, Megatron City. It was pretty impressive. We've watched documentaries about animals, played with kitchen utensils, and my favorite, getting to draw. Did you guys know that Harold was this talented? And this was just the beginning. I even got a moment to sit down and sketch, which was the first time I've done this in so long. I think it's a good reminder that yes, the big adventures and moments are fun, but so are the little ones. Playing games with your family, swinging on the swing, shoot, just even taking a nap. It's all just beautiful moments of life that we get to live. And for that, I'm grateful. We rented a boat on Lake Nantahala. This is one of our favorite things to do, and of course the boys wanted to go fishing, although we did not catch anything this time, but that's okay because we were going tubing next, and this is when I noticed that Atticus spit up on my mom. Oops! The funniest part was that the adult life jackets were just these neck ones, so Harold looked hilarious out there, but you know, he was doing it for the kids. Look how graceful he is. Leo was up first, and Truett really didn't know how to feel about this. Atticus was chill, and Wyatt was happy eating his PB&J. And I was a proud mom, like always, cheering him on from the back of the boat. He, of course, had a blast, and then it was Wyatt's turn. Although he was a little nervous, he did end up getting on with Dad, and he really had so much fun. He was proud of himself in the end. Within minutes, a storm came, so we jetted back to the dock. Lightning had struck down a tree. This truck's wheels were screeching, trying to pull it out of the way, and just about every man got out of their car to see if they could help, or maybe just watch the whole debacle. In a hurry, Harold put on my shorts instead of his, so it was so funny when he got out of the car to help. It cut down the tree, and we were able to make it home. Hey, buddy! Here comes Choo-Choo! Woo! Here comes Leo! Woo!
I went back on the stairs and ran up and down.
The one who was afraid to do it, now doing it in every way possible.
So now jumping back into the present, like I said, we are at my parents' house. We are only here for a few more days. We've already been here like over a week, but we're here for a few more days. Harold's back at home in Georgia. He left yesterday, which then just made me miss him. I'm like, I'm ready to be home. You know, it's been good being here, but I am ready to get back home and get back on my schedule. Today has been quite a like gloomy, rainy day. We were thinking about taking the boys fishing, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen today. If it doesn't happen today, we'll do it one of the other days before we leave because Truett is all about fishing. Like everything is fish, 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 and it's just been so cute. Oh my gosh, I also realized since I haven't been posting that I didn't tell you this kind of big thing, which isn't a big thing, but when we were in North Carolina, I started to feel a little nauseous, which then brought me back to that's where I found out I was pregnant with Atticus. It was like in the morning when I felt nauseous that first time with Atticus, when I was like, I might like be pregnant. So anyways, I had felt nauseous and my stomach had just been feeling kind of upset for multiple days. And I was like, oh man, I don't know like what's going on here. I definitely like don't think I would be pregnant. We're definitely not trying. Obviously, I'm still breastfeeding, all this stuff. But I kind of kept it a secret to myself for a few days, and then I was telling Harold because I was getting a little nauseous in the car, which normally doesn't happen, and he kind of like made a comment about like, there's no way you're like pregnant, right? I was like, yeah, definitely not. And he's like, well, maybe you need to check. And so when we got back home right before we came here, I just pulled out one of my like pregnancy tests, just like the little ones, and I did check really quick. I didn't record it or anything because I really was like, I'm probably not, I'm probably just like something's off, you know. And I was not pregnant. It was negative, but it was a really weird thing because we kind of mentioned it before, we have just been talking so much, like every single day I think about, is Atticus like our last baby? Are we supposed to have like one more? It's really weird. I just feel like I'm in this really weird place that I don't know the answer. And with all the other four, I knew, you know? I mean, of course, you know, things could have changed, but it was very clear, you know, like we're supposed to have another one, there's another one, like I still feel that really strongly. And I've shared that a lot. Like even when I had Truett, right after I had him, I was like looking around for my fourth kid. That obviously didn't exist, but like all along, like I just had this strong pull. Like I knew Atticus was supposed to be part of the family, you know? And so now I'm just for the first time in a place where I'm just feeling unsure, and it's really been messing with me. This is something that if you watch that video that Harold and I kind of sat down and talked about, we mentioned it at the very end of the video. It would be good for us to sit down and like have a full conversation about it, because it's literally what I think about every single day, and something that we keep coming back to is like, of course we don't have to have the answer right now, and let's just kind of, you know, play out this year, see where we're at the end of it. But for me, I just would love to know. I would love to know if I could kind of like move on in a sense, like in this chapter, and like prepare myself for the next one, instead of feeling like in this like middle stage, you know, or if you know we do feel like there's still another one, then to also mentally still stay in this stage, because it's a lot, you know, ending a chapter or staying in this like baby stage, it's all a lot either way, you know. And I just feel like I would like to be able to prepare my mind. So I would love to know for you guys that have had kids, if you felt like this clear definitive answer of like this was definitely our last child, or you kind of were wishy-washy about it, kind of what gave you that closure, because I would love to have closure. I don't know if I'm gonna have closure, but I definitely don't want to like just go years from now and still feel like, oh, were we maybe supposed to have another kid, you know? Like I don't want that. I want it to be pretty clear, like yes, we feel complete. And some days I feel like, you know, it really could just be the four of them, and then there are some days that I'm like, but maybe there's one left. I don't know. It's really been messing with me like so much, and I just wish I didn't have to think about it all the time, you know. Anyways, that's kind of what's been going on in my mind, but I really would love to hear from you guys if you have just any thoughts about it, and just maybe be praying for us over it too. And you know, time will tell. I got Atticus and Truett both down. It's like an hour past everyone's bedtime now, but the boys are having a fun with a little nighttime swim with Grandma.
You're fine. You're fine. Go to Grandma. Okay. Oh, no.
The cat time.
Okay, you ready?
So Leo's been really big on football because we signed him up for flag football in the fall. That's what he decided he wanted to play. He's gonna play flag football, Wyatt's gonna play soccer, and I'm gonna coach for Wyatt's team. So it's gonna be a fun fall season. Wow, buddy! I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to jump in the shower and then edit this video for you guys so you have it tomorrow. So love God, love people, make a difference, and be thankful. Love you guys, bye.